wrestle into the apex of this match. Hans Stoop, the innkeeper from West Berlin, versus Bo Pedersen, the unmarried gent from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Well, it's really anyone's match here today, Nigel. It's all knotted up at 6, and we have service now. And what an absolute cannon!
And Stoop, with cat-like reflexes, springs towards a return.
And what's this? Stoop has abandoned his controller, and he is declaring himself world champion already.
And it is a scorching red rocket back to the American. No way. Oh, what is this? In the face of such German bravado, the Yankee has contorted his wrist.
And Stoop nowhere near his controller for response.
A dark day for Deutschland indeed. The early celebration clearly a massive mistake.
Stars and stripes will be hung proudly over the World Pong Championship podium here today. Nigel,
this is pandemonium.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello, welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Dennets in Milford, Connecticut. We are down one man. Seton is out, but we have the utility infielder. Two-a-days filled in for him today. Paulie, besides the Fisher-Price control panel, what adjustments do you make when Twos is in Seton seat?
Not a lot. It's up to him to be ready to go. We're not really changing the show to adjust to anybody. We're down a couple guys. Our intern left a couple days ago, and Seton is gone for a couple days. So everyone had to pick up the slack. Some of the guys in back did a few other things, and you just got to pick it up, be ready to. But you don't. 2 days been here a while. It's not day one. You're not going to babysit them. So you say like, hey, get your act together, get in there. You don't really have to talk too much. Like we got in today, I said, "You all good?" And he said, "I'm all good."
The one thing though, I think we all try and dress a little more manly to keep the counterbalance.
So we did try to dress more manly.
We tried.
Right.
Well, we're more manly than
right off the bat, I'll tell you one big storyline, Brock, was right off the bat, because 2 days sits next to me. I can't see out of my left eye, and he's sitting forward, so I don't really see what he was wearing. And I got about 30 notes on the Twitter that said, hey, why is 2 days blouse unbuttoned down to here like he's in a scene from Miami Vice?
My bad.
But what bothered me is 2 days also saw this on Twitter and adjusted and buttoned up, which I think you should stay with what you obviously wanted to have it unbuttoned.
Well, I didn't have my mic on yet, and so I had to button it up one to put the mic on.
I don't think so. I think you succumbed to the pressure of the audience and buttoned up. I think you should
by the way.
Put up I'm not gonna do it, but put up two middle fingers and dress the way you want.
No.
Well, Twos, besides your steely chest getting Twitter all a Twitter, you have been the topic of conversation since your tryout with American Idol. Now, are you getting sick of the attention, or are you used to it by now?
Sorry.
I don't mind the attention.
You don't mind it.
It's pretty good. I mean, it comes with certain questions, like the not being able to tell anybody is pretty hard. But other than that, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, you're doing a great job of that, too.
Hey, Twos, would you like to plug a date out there in Milford for those watching?
When it airs?
No, your next gig.
Oh, my next gig. It'll be next weekend, actually, in New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay. Well, he'll tweet that out. All right. One topic that people are slowly getting sick of is Deflategate. That is, of course, unless you live in Boston, according to Matt Taibbi.
There's two groups of fans here. There's New England fans who are like a late-stage Lenny Bruce at this point. They're just completely obsessed with the injustice of it all and getting overweight and losing their sense of humor, and they are completely all in on this thing.
But you're not like that, right?
I am totally like that. I think I've probably gained 15 pounds since this started, just reading all this stuff online. But if you listen to Boston sports radio, that's all they talk about all the time, 24 hours a day. They don't even give the game scores. The rest of the country, of course, is totally bored by this thing. And of course, the media is obsessed with this because we created this story.
Yes.
It was a tiny, a side note of a story that leading into the Super Bowl, and it grew into not just the biggest sports story, but the biggest news story of the year. We're committed as much as the league is at this point.
I can confirm. I've actually been coming in from Boston down to Connecticut over the last week, and the radio is incredible. I actually thought to myself, did everybody quit their job and start studying Deflategate full time?
Yeah.
They know details and legalese that'll blow your mind away. Like, they're all like Seton. Like, they know every single fact.
Is it easier for the Boston fans to do that because the Red Sox aren't playing well? Or
Yes,
if the Red Sox
I think
are
that's
doing
part of
great,
it.
would it be a lot less?
I think it's a big part of it, but I tell you right now, they're more excited about Deflategate than they were about the Super Bowl. There's no doubt in my mind.
I disagree with you say that everyone in America is sick of the topic. Well, it's tough with sports radio because there's difference between a topic and a story. A story is something you could talk about, and there's angles to it. Chase Utley going to the Dodgers is a topic and a little bit of piece of news. What does that mean? Well, can I do 2 hours on Chase Utley going to the Dodgers? I sure as hell hope not. So, at least with the NFL, there are storylines of Roger Goodell, the future of punishment in the NFL. This affects every team going forward. Of if your quarterback gets in trouble or a player on your team gets in trouble, how the NFL is going to adjudicate this. So there's more tentacles to this than the average news story that doesn't have anywhere to go.
This hashtag Free Brady story and topic has made its way to Milford in the form of a T-shirt. I have to ask you, Paulie, why would you bring this shirt out when you know that Seton is out today?
Yeah.
That's on him. We can't hold the news. This story, these T-shirts were in back. They had to be unleashed. There's no doubt that we were the first person in the country to have a free Brady T-shirt.
Never even heard of that.
No,
Great
no one
expression.
around the
so
country
you want
had
to
done
free
that.
Tom Brady as if he's in jail.
I didn't see any of those last week in Cape Cod area.
Sorry, Seton. Well, Patriot cheating has been a big topic since Deflategate came out, and Dan did what he does best. He got Tony Dungy on the line and reminded him of an old story, how the Colts were involved in a spying case.
I just saw this. Peter King back in 2010 in a column on SI.com says that the Colts have been suspicious for years. The Patriots bugged the visitors' locker room at Gillette Stadium. Peter King wrote that Peyton Manning and the offensive coordinator, Tom Moore, would leave the locker room and discuss strategy in the corridor because they didn't think that the corridor was bugged. What do you know about that, Coach?
I know that is very true, and as Peyton talked to guys who played for the Patriots and some of the guys that came over, whether it's true or not, he treated it as true, and we didn't have a lot of strategy discussions inside the locker room there.
That is interesting.
Well, let me give you a little backstory here on how we stumbled upon this topic. We were talking to Tony Dungy about the Patriot history of being accused of cheating, and would he have called him in when he was coaching the Colts? Did he ever hear anything? He goes, well, I heard of a lot of stuff. And he goes, like what? Dan pressed him. Because when you hear a guest say, oh, there's a lot of things that happen. Oh, great. Let's move on. Tell me about the Seahawks. No. Stay with that. So it was a good job by Dan staying with that. McLovin yelled over to me. He goes, oh, this is common knowledge. I'm like, really? I've never heard this story before. And McLovin ended up being right. This story was out there in 2010 that Peyton adjusted what he did because he heard they were eavesdropping in the locker room. He sent me that article, and then I gave it right over to Dan, and there's where Dan asks him the question and gets more details on it and confirms an old story. So forget about what he said. It's more about what we did in this room. You had Fritz, got the right guest on, and Tony to talk about the right things. And then us being aware and Dan being aware of what the guest is saying, how to attack it, how to research it in the moment, and then get further reaction from that. Now other shows are using that. I guarantee you this will get a lot of run today and tomorrow.
And don't discount Dan's rapport with Tony Dungy. That Dan's earned through the years is a lot of rapport with these guests. That's why one of the main reasons that we get so much. We have a track record.
I think you're 100% right. I think if Dungy was on a number of different shows, he might not have been as quickly forthcoming.
No, he's clearly friends with Dan.
Right.
He's talking to his friend. He forgets he's doing an interview, which is a great skill
for us.
Of Dan. Yeah.
And we were all rewarded because of it. All right, coming up, there are some new T-shirts in the Man Cave, and they are quite stylish, much like two-a-days, and of course, the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. You're gonna throw a T-shirt on a truck, throw it on the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. It's gonna look shapely and beautiful. Towing a truck, climbing a hill, or hauling a trailer, and doing it fuel efficiently. More than any half-ton truck on the road. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram.
The Box Score presents Great Moments in DP Show History.
I'm going to leave the heel on because that's appropriate.
That's fantastic.
And then you have to do your hands up like this, like it's a cheer.
Oh, now we need that.
Thanks for watching Great Moments in DP Show History.
God bless you, Carissa Thompson, wherever you are. We're back here on the Box Score. The Free Brady T-shirts weren't the only ones to arrive today. A shirt commemorating the logo, Carissa Thompson, was revealed today, and Fritzy went Zoolander and was immediately threw it on, and also gave us some pec flex just 20 minutes before the box score went on. Fritzy, is this an exercise you do to keep the chest toned and taut?
Yeah, it's a little exercise. I think it's partially a nervous twitch and just a bad habit. And I forget that the cameras are all over the place, and I just thought I was having a little private moment with myself, but I should have known better that everyone's staring.
So
and
is
watching
it a choice or?
It's a choice. It's not it's not like some kind of.
You said it was like a twitch.
Shock. Yeah, I'll just sometimes it's just out of habit. I'll just kind of stretch or
Dude, give me a little warning before you start.
But yeah, it's more of a
out.
habit than anything else. I'm hooked up to electrodes or anything like that, and I forget that the LA cameras are watching our every move, hoping to catch us in a awkward or uncomfortable or embarrassing situation. So I should be a little more cognizant of that. But yeah, it's a little stretching, exercisey type thing I do.
Well, across the booth to the other man who loves his chest, two-a-days, you got in on the action as well and put on the Carissa Thompson tank top and absolutely looked like 6 feet of beautiful chewed bubble gum there. Now, are you going to wear this out to American Idol if you make it to Hollywood?
I might. I'm pretty desperate, so maybe it'll work out.
It's a good move by two-a-days, though, because when Dan brought up the topic, I was like, ooh, man, that's an awful snug tank top. And also, it's a women's tank top, so it's cut way smaller and way more for women. And
I didn't know that at first.
Yeah. Can't lie to you, I hit it a little bit. But, I mean, that's a move there from a TV standpoint. It's like two-a-days, hey, you have an opportunity to be on air with Seton out. Are you going to play ball, or are you going to give it up, and be open to making fun of yourself? And now, in Dan's mind, he's going to all right, two-a-days can play. Because he hasn't been in this position too many times. I think there's a lot more to that than just that little moment of joke. It's like, can you make fun of yourself? Will you play with a bit? Yes? Cool, we could use you next time.
Clips being sent to Fox as we speak.
They're going to love it.
Well, Paulie, as you mentioned, there is more to it. Not only did he wear the tank top this time, but there was the other time where he wore the pink shirt, I Love Twos. Which do you prefer, Twos?
I don't know. That one's a little more personal, so I'd have to go with that one.
Wow, that's awesome.
I kind of like that one a lot.
Great shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Forgot about that. Thanks, guys.
Drop V-neck, and thank you for buttoning up your shirt there and keeping it respectful here. We also had a bonus T-shirt that arrived today. We had the Langdon T-shirt commemorating the time that Natalie Morales came on, calling Paulie's man crush Landon Donovan Langdon. Now, Paulie, I know your boy's waiting for some swag. Is this going to be in the crate also heading out to LA?
It absolutely is. I texted him moments after the shirt came in. I said, we got a new T-shirt. He goes, oh, what topic? And I said, you. And he texts back, I swear, Langdon? Question mark? He did not know. He was not watching. He was away from his TV. And he knew exactly that that was going to haunt him and come back to him. But I think he'll be a good sport. I expect him to wear it socially.
All right, here it comes, Landon. It's a child small. All right, coming up, we are going house hunting with the Danettes. Stick with us. Welcome back to the Box Score, guys. A very special house went on the market recently. It is the Buffalo Bill Creepy House from Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. Now, it is listed for $300,000. Now, Fritzy, you're a father of two, and instead of getting your son maybe something for his bar mitzvah, maybe this could be an investment towards his future. Would you consider that?
I don't think so. It's a little creepy. That show, that movie freaked me out. And the whole idea of, whether it's a Nightmare on Elm Street house or a Poltergeist house or Amityville Horror, any of those things. Oh. Just the idea that even though it's make believe and it's a movie, the idea that a scary movie, I would never go to that Overlook Hotel that they did The Shining. It's just too creepy.
That's a great topic. Would you buy, say, the Poltergeist house was in a great neighborhood, great school district?
I think it would.
And it's like $50,000 because no one wants to live there for a Poltergeist.
And the whole jinx of Poltergeist, there were cast members that died in real life.
But you can make money off of it. You could do tours and stuff like that. So if you
but you're living on top of an Indian burial ground. What are you, crazy?
Man, I'll tell you, if there was like a house in a neighborhood and I found out like someone died there or was murdered there, I would get over it in about 10 seconds.
Really? But what if late at night you hear something weird?
I would be listening.
You guys know, first of all, there are no ghosts. So we'll start there.
In the back of my mind, I'd be listening for everything.
What are the odds? Okay, let's say you bought a house.
Jeff, he's just kidding, Jeff.
Okay. Let's say you bought a house where someone was murdered. What are the odds that it happens again? Don't you think your odds are lessened?
Probably. That would be the smart, realistic way of looking at it. But the creepy factor of like knowing that that happened, or if I knew the specific spot in
how about
the
this?
house.
What if you found out and did some research on the home you own now that you love and you lived in a long time for it, and someone's murdered? Would you leave and move?
It would definitely be something to be discussed.
Yes, he'd leave.
I would definitely.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
At the very least, there would be discussion. I wouldn't just poo-poo it and say, who cares? We have all these memories now, and nothing's happened this long.
But Ted got murdered in the.
You don't want to be going and looking for the Christmas decorations and human skulls fall out of the floor space, dude.
Every time I'd be reading into every little moment, anytime something negative happened, or from the smallest thing to a dramatic thing, I would think that maybe that has something to do with the fact that we're in this.
That's supposed to be your comfortable space at home.
Yeah.
Let's
not make. Do you think there's somebody watching you when you're doing some of your stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, in the
the
Buffalo Bill house, is there actually like that pit in the? Is that really in the house?
That's gonna be tough to sell. How are we gonna sell it? Hey, if you were in the mood to abduct someone, what a great house!
The basket's already set up. You don't even have to insert, buy the rope in the basket.
Great house for entertaining.
Full-length mirror for whatever you want to do.
Abduction, whatever.
Well,
if you want to pose and tuck things away, you're fine.
According to the real estate listing, there is no pit with the lotion basket in it. But hey, Buffalo Bill's house isn't the only house available on the market. There are some other famous, notable movie homes that have been sold or are for sale. Let's see if these guys know what the value of these homes are. It's a new edition of
Worth or Worthless?
Real estate edition.
All right, I will give you a home. You have to guess the asking price within $100,000. First one is for the back row. It is Prince's house from the movie Purple Rain. How much are they asking for this house?
Wow. Dude, if you get the motorcycle too?
Yeah. Oh, man.
That does not look. It's got to be in Minnesota.
Apollonia, what's it? Is that the one that was?
Apollonia.
I'm going to say $195,000.
Good guess.
Yeah. You are correct. It is $110,000, which seems like a steal.
Would you say 195?
That's a score.
Wow. To the front row, our next house, Tony Montana's mansion from Scarface. What's the asking price?
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you something. It's going to be a lot tougher to be within $100,000 of a $30 million palace than a $100,000 house.
I'll give you $1 million then.
12. I'm good. 15. Okay, we're going to split the difference. I said 12, 2 days said 15. We're going 13.8.
Double it. It's $34 million. Double it.
Gunshots? Are there holes all over? Pockmarked columns?
Yeah, there's a dead guy in the fountain. One more for the back row.
Oh, yeah.
Regina George's mansion, from Mean Girls. How much do they want for this home?
In the 14, 15 range?
Can we see the Zillow comps in the neighborhood?
I don't know. The producers really ran out of steam with this one. They go from Scarface and Purple Rain to Mean Girls.
This is your wheelhouse.
I mean, first of all, I love the movie. Tina Fey is hysterical. Mean Girls was kind of the story of my life in high school, by the way.
Well,
so I'm just saying,
something in the 14 ballpark?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to say $14.46 million.
For that house? No. You haven't
Holy
seen the movie.
moly, it is $14.8 million. 14.8.
No way! No way! No way!
14.46, so it's 14.8, man. That's pretty awesome.
That's your offer.
That is so bizarre. And you're saying there are no ghosts, Paulie? There's something supernatural going on right now.
Try to negotiate that down to 14.
Yeah, it's Lindsay Lohan coming through. Paula, this might be a short putt for you. Last one, Cameron Fry's home from the classic Ferris Bueller's Day Off. How much did this house sell for?
I think I know because I remember when it sold not long ago.
Oh, and the thing went off.
First, you're going to have to repair that glass window.
Yeah, that was bad.
Man, that would be cool. In Chicago, that would be about as cool as a house you could own. $2.2 million.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's $1.6 million.
Wow.
Yeah, right there.
Nice.
Why is the Mean Girls house worth $14 million? I'm still shocked.
We'll still
by
give it
this
to the
whole
back
thing.
row because Fritzy was so amazing.
$1.5 million.
today.
It's just a nice house in Florida.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Whatever.
All right, we are taking a break here on the box score. Hey, I think the Ram Heavy Duty would look good in any of those homes' driveways or the garage. If it's best in class towing, torque, and horsepower, look great out in front of that mansion. Mean Girls or Scarface, doesn't matter. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com about this beauty. Guts, glory, Ram.
Did you know that Todd Fritz once stole candy from a Little League field when he was a kid? You can't trust anyone like that. Todd Fritz. He just doesn't get it. You know, he likes crime and doesn't think every student should have an opportunity to have a chair and a book in their class. Why would he say something like that? I've also seen him lurk outside our neighborhood bushes. We can't have somebody like that in office. Todd Fritz. It's creepy.
Todd Fritz, he doesn't get it.
He just doesn't get it.
We are back here on the box score. That is Todd Fritz, and he just does not get it. He would be a great candidate, but the presidential election or the race has got a lot more interesting because they have an independent candidate, D's Nuts, who has entered the fray, garnering 9% of the polls out there. Paulie, where does this rank on let's say pranks? Let's say.
You know, I wasn't thinking about the prank angle. I was thinking about that our country just doesn't give a damn about anything about politics. You know, let's just vote for the famous guy. No one in their right mind would vote for Donald Trump, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. He's a maniac, and he's a very successful businessman. But it just shows that if Arnold Schwarzenegger get elected, you're not even an American citizen until like 6 months before the election. It's just fascinating. I'm most disappointed and love our country that it's so celebrity focused.
Yeah, we put Arnold in office out here. Let's go around the room. Any, let's see, vice presidential candidates you'd want to see with D's Nuts, guys?
I feel like a Howard Stern Whack Pack character might fit well with D's Nuts.
Yeah, like Beetlejuice and D's Nuts in 2016. I mean, senators.
McLovin, could a Todd Fritz D's Nuts ticket make it all the way to the White House?
Todd Fritz just doesn't get it, so I don't know.
I never will either.
Todd might be. I'm not sure I've met a less politically oriented person than Todd Fritz my entire life. I've never heard.
But I'm that right down the middle guy, so you would think I would garner.
Do you
something.
vote?
No, yeah, I vote, but because I'm so I haven't voted every single time, but I have voted a number of times, but I may have missed a few.
Have you ever voted at all?
Todd,
I have voted a number of times.
How many? What would you say your percentage of presidential elections?
I'm gonna say.
And just be honest.
I think I did all of them except for like last year. I'm serious. When it comes to the presidential, but some of the other like less, with like the bills.
Does your wife make you go?
She encourages me to go, but I care enough that something like president I'll vote for it, but I'm not going down for
governor or mayor.
Proposition 228 or whatever.
Right, that's fair.
Should we save the forest or should we give more money for school books?
Yeah, that stuff's not.
As long as you're fine.
So progressive.
Thank you for the graphics department to sum it up right there.
I just don't get it.
Todd Fritz.
They all say the same thing. That's what frustrates me about I feel like I'm wasting my time sometimes. I know every vote counts and all that, but I don't remember the last time.
So you're bothered by politicians because they talk on and don't say much?
Yeah, I can relate to that. I appreciate that the lies of don't leave a kid behind. Everyone should get an education.
Playing both sides of the fence, being passive aggressive. You don't like that.
They all say that they do the same thing. They say yay to academics and boo to crime and
you would be
everyone should get a book.
Obviously, and I mean this.
No one likes crime.
And I mean this
against sexual assault. Me too.
I mean this completely. You would be a perfect politician for being up on a podium because you wouldn't say anything offensive. You would cover both sides, and I'm not making fun of you at all. I'm just saying your temperament and mentality. You don't lose your cool. You play both sides of the fence.
You can be very vague.
You can be extremely vague.
You can be passive aggressive. Which is very good.
You're very pleasant. You would be a perfect, from a standpoint of like an orator, you'd be a perfect politician.
But what happens when my press people and my marketing people say, you have to attack all these, you got to do these stupid commercials where
you have someone else do it. You let the ads do it. You're the good guy.
I know, but it's representing me. They have to be like, these guys are all schmucks. And did you know this one, touched a 14-year-old in the back of a playground? Like they come up with all this
That wouldn't bother you?
It's just not. I wouldn't want to attack the other candidates. I would hope that they want to vote for me.
You'd be a perfect
not
politician.
Because the other guys are
perfect
awful
politician.
people.
Or D's Nuts. Fritzy, who's on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we will talk to the punky QB known as McMahon, Jim McMahon, 30th anniversary of the Bears Super Bowl 20 championship in 1985. And he'll obviously just talk some football in general with us. It's also his birthday. And Frank Caliendo, master impersonator, comedian, will be right here in the Milford.
So you're saying Jim McMahon and Frank Caliendo are on tomorrow?
Jim McMahon and Frank Caliendo.
And by the way, that's a 30-year anniversary of something that happened in 1985 because Todd doesn't think that the guests can do math.
5 months from now.
Yeah, we beat the Patriots back when I loved them, back when Steve Roden was quarterback.
We don't understand why it's necessary for you to talk.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern right here in Audience Channel 239. The podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. These nuts.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!